Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 15 of the Red Force podcast. My name is Eric Talato, Christian Talato.
I'm here.
This week, the review of, some say, the greatest arc of One Piece.
Is this not the greatest volume cover art ever?
No, the one with Shanks on Marineford is, but, we're here
Okay.
today, ladies and gentlemen, to do our usual segments and to review
Enies Lobby.
Enies Lobby.
Because there's no chapter this week.
That's right. Now, Christian, before we get into the serious debate and
I don't think there's going to be a debate.
other chicanery that goes on this show.
What I know is, this could possibly be the most amount of notes we've ever had for a show.
Copious notes written by me, Christian,
Expect
there's a little bit of retardation in there, that's alright.
a massive episode.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, settle in. Christian, before we get into it, talk to me about your thought process over 900. Any clearer on 901?
No.
On closer reflection on reading Enies Lobby and Water 7 many weeks ago, the answer must be the Sunny Spirit
Must be.
and the God of Ships. I'm not saying it's going to save him, but I expect a hint of the Sunny Spirit / God of Ships
What's it going to do?
in this arc right now, because we saw Oda put a lot of effort into the Mary and how it reacted to the crew.
Yeah, that was the whole point in the Water 7.
This is probably the moment where we see some kind of spirit from the Sunny. I'm not saying it's going to be a massive moment. All I want to see is a hint or two, similar to
Skypiea?
Skypiea, where it fixes itself and Usopp sees a glimpse of the spirit or whatever.
Okay.
People gonna be upset. All the new people that don't know what that is are gonna be upset, and then the old people will inform them of the mysteries. Christian, any forum issues, any videos you've seen that have caught your attention? Anything for the community at all?
Why do people overrate Dragon so much?
Monkey D Dragon.
Yeah.
What do you mean by overrate? What are you
Saying
talking
he's stronger than emperors.
about? Christian, it's just the imagination
Gone wild.
of what people have. That reminds me, I put up a March Madness bracket that people are doing in March.
Yeah.
For One Piece characters, and I put Green Bull on there just to see the reaction. People lined me up being like, "Why are you putting Green Bull on this?" And I'm like, "Look, I want to see if people out there choose Green Bull, a figment of their imagination at the moment, over Fujitora." And I saw a few people pick Green Bull, which tells me one thing: people's imagination sometimes get
Out of hand.
out of hand. Christian, without further ado, shall we move into the first? Do you want to review it first, or do you want to do a couple of small sections first? How you feeling right now?
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to talk about Enies Lobby.
You're ready to go. All right. Let's go into Enies Lobby. Christian, people say greatest fight of all time, greatest arc of all time, the follow-up after Water 7. General thoughts before we get into the details.
This arc is a battle arc and nothing else.
I see people put Water 7 and Enies Lobby together as like
It's a separate arc.
a saga, would you say?
Yeah.
And what I've realized is that people love Enies Lobby so much is because we've already had majority of the setup
Exactly.
in a different arc.
We've had the setup and we already had different plot elements pay off.
And this
So now we can just fight.
This arc pretty much plays off like a video game.
Yeah.
Getting the keys.
Everyone has to fight someone.
It's all everyone gets a fight. It's all very straightforward. A few issues that we'll get into.
Okay.
There's a few of Odaisms
Orderisms.
going on here, but overall good arc. We'll get into the ratings at the end. And I don't know if we want to do like a ranking system of the arcs. Do you want to do that, or do you want to?
That's a whole different topic
Because
altogether.
I imagine eventually there'll be enough breaks where we end up doing all arcs.
We'll do all arcs, and then once we're out of the arcs, we'll do a ranking episode.
Sure. Christian, we were left off in Water 7 with
With the reveal of Soga King.
with the reveal of Soga King, but beforehand, the crews on the Rocket Man, half of the other crew, Sanji, Frankie, and Usopp, are on the train with Robin.
Who's Usopp?
Soga King.
Yeah.
They're on the train with Robin. The rest are on the Rocket Man, coming in hot. And then, this train section.
It's like a mini power scaling.
It's a mini arc to give us a taste of.
How strong the Straw Hats are?
It's more of a like. How. This is also like a display of like Frankie as well. To show what Frankie's about.
God, what?
When he fights Nero. It's more of a like, hey, this guy's got more tricks up his sleeve. This is how he fights. This is what he's about. Oda's like laying more of the breadcrumbs to like show how he fits in part of the crew, and I think it works well to show us his dynamic with all the other crew members. So T-Bone,
The captain?
he's a
Ria?
yeah, I think he's a captain of a unit with his weird sword attacks, right angle, left angle, etc.
Yeah.
Gets out completely bamboozled by Sanji, Frankie, Usopp / Soga King, and they just pull the pin out of the cart and they're left on the tracks. They will return later.
They will. Sanji versus
Wanzi. The CP7
Noodle guy.
cooking fighter.
Weirdo.
This is a good display of Sanji's creed as a cook, and a good display of his knife skills. Now, I'm going to ask the people out there a question.
Please do it.
Who would you rather fillet your fish, Sanji or Zoro?
Well, Sanji's got those chef skills.
Sanji has the chef skills, but Zoro has the sword skills. Who would cut the fish cleanly? Who would cut it more precisely? These are the questions.
You see, Zoro's not necessarily about finesse. Alright?
Yes.
He's all about power.
But he is a master swordsman.
He's a master swordsman. Sanji, master chef, would know the texture of the fish.
Who would be able to cut more slices out of a watermelon?
Sanji.
These are the questions I leave to the people.
Okay.
So it's good for Sanji. Is it a gag fight kinda? But it shows how serious Sanji's about cooking.
Yeah.
Just absolutely wrecks him. Wrecks his fall.
Well, once he pulls out the knives, he wrecks him.
Yeah, it's not even like Sanji didn't even show any any exertion in this fight.
Yeah, no.
Kicks his face in, see the plastic surgery shot, all fun stuff. Then we get Frankie versus Nero on top of the train.
Yep.
This shows Frankie's
Question.
cunning abilities.
Question.
Yes.
Does anyone remember this fight?
Does anyone remember the Nero fight? Does anyone remember Nero, Christian?
No.
Do you want to explain to the people what Nero looks like? Do you remember?
Does he look like some sort of rat man?
He's kind of like a cat. His abilities are cat-like.
Yeah. Isn't he like the trainee of the CP9?
Yeah, he's like a newly appointed dude of the CP9. Rob Luch is like, he's too weak to join CP after that. And Rob Luch pretty much throws him off the train. After he gets beaten. So Frankie, he beats Nero with relative ease. Just more of a display of what Frankie can do. He's got his arm shield. He can shoot nails out of his mouth. His impenetrable form, known as lying on his back. So you can't damage him.
Does he have that weird shoulder
He's
thing
got the
yet?
wheel shoulder thing later on in the arc.
Later on.
What else? I think that... And he shows his backwards centaur ability, which ultimately beats Nero.
See, people want to complain that Sanji became wacky after the time skip.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always been wacky.
Yeah, he's been wacky, he's been weird, he's had all these weird abilities.
Backwards centaur mode.
It's like...
Gonna ignore that.
Nipple lights. People complain about the nipple lights, but he's always had weird stuff.
He's always got weird stuff, yeah.
So yeah, as I said before, it's a nice dynamic on the crew. Usopp finds Robin. Robin, this entire arc is just like, fuck off, guys.
It's pretty much giving him the silent treatment.
Yeah, pretty much giving him the silent treatment, being like, go away, I don't want to be saved, etc., etc.
I mean, nothing's changed with Robin. She doesn't talk at all.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this is the most dialogue she's gotten in a long time.
Ever.
Yes. And there's a question later on that we'll answer that involves Robin in the question corner. Anyway, you know, Soga King is trying to, be like... And he says the line that I wanted Sanji to realize. Believe in Luffy.
We've been down this road
Unwavering support for the captain.
many times.
Alright? They may have their differences with the Sunny, but Usopp believes in Luffy's ability to save the day.
Here's the issue, though.
Yes.
Have you seen Big Mom?
Mate, it shouldn't matter the stakes. Loyalty, you go down with your captain.
Have you seen Zeph?
Look,
Alright?
Sanji's...
You're too harsh on my boy Sanji.
Sanji aside. I just want to go back to the Frankie for a little bit. Do you reckon we'll see, like, weird stuff in combat from Frankie? Is it all weapons or rockets now?
Nah, we'll definitely get some weird shit.
Like,
100%.
will we see, like, nails and shit? Will we see more of
No,
his
he's
building
got-
capabilities going on?
He's got actual weapons now.
Yeah.
But surely he's got, like, weird, like, dick laser things and...
Like, slick oil coming out of his ass or something.
He
something
can
like
fart,
that.
he can rocket fart.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Although he could always do that.
Zoro on the Rocket Man being OP cuts the section of the carriage apart. There are two carriages at the moment. One gets cut cleanly in half.
Mm-hmm.
Nice display from Zoro, and then he proceeds to one-shot T-Bone with the Bull Demon.
Now,
Zoro's demons, Christian. Comments,
Zoro's
thoughts.
demons. Is this the first demon?
I believe this is the first time we see any inclination of demon abilities.
attack.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute on a comment that Kaku makes that could give us deeper insight.
Indeed.
Yeah, and this is one of my problems with this arc. How many times do we have to be told that Robin is a demon child?
Well, the flashback's gonna hit.
And the flashback is also, in my mind, a little bit of a problem with this arc. Because we know, like, every conversation with Spandam or Rob Lucci
Yeah.
with Robin is the same dialogue repeated ad nauseum.
Well, you gotta remember, like, this is week to week.
Yeah.
It's like people complaining that Big Mom says wedding cake.
We understand that Robin is perceived to be a demon child, and we had
What?
the similar conversations back in Water 7. I get it's like reiterating the fact that, she has issues, and that... See, this is the thing, we believe in Robin now, like, after Water 7, we understand that, like, Robin's
She tried
on
to
our
save
side.
the crew.
She tries to save the crew, and this is a rescue arc. It's not like Robin's offside anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We get a little bit of understanding on Rob's justice when he throws Nero off the ship for being a weak piece of shit.
Yep.
He seems to be the perfect soldier for the government, a tool for the government. He believes that the government is the only justice that matters, and he'll be commanded as a tool for the government, and as long as he's being commanded by the government, he will perceive this as justice.
He 100% believes in the justice of the government.
Yeah.
And will do anything to uphold it.
In my mind, he's a perfect soldier for the government.
Yeah.
Unwavering,
Loyalty.
never disobeys anyone in the government.
Even bloody Spandam.
I mean, we see
Being
him
a
being a
retard.
smart-ass Akinu in, like, Film Gold and shit, but, like, he takes orders. And I imagine he sees himself in a higher position, because he says later on to Spandam, as long as you're in command of me, I'll follow your orders.
Curveball time.
But I think he thinks he has more authority than Arcana now.
Curveball time.
Yes.
Is Rob Luch the secret final villain?
Of the story.
Yeah.
He's going to have unexplainable power jumps. But Christian is a massive fan of Rob Lucci. Huge fan.
You see this guy, and you think he's hype.
Christian, the fight is a good fight, and it will live forever in the memories of the people.
What about the rematch?
The rematch,
Gear 4 versus the Black Leopard.
in my mind, it's going to be a Zabo Rob Luch situation.
But a lot of people put Zabo above Luffy.
Sure.
So,
That's the way I see it playing out. in the future, because unless Rob Lucha's got like new way the six whatever moves,
Just got stronger. He's a master of all
and
the
he's got
techniques.
stronger. But like, I want to see someone else deal with Rob rather than Luffy again. You know what I mean?
I mean, what about Robert? Robert's the final villain?
Robin, what?
Robert's the final villain.
Rob.
Yeah. For the justice.
I imagine Rob would be the villain for the revolutionaries. Like CP0 is the villain for the revolutionaries.
But you're forgetting that there must be an arc where the Straw Hats invade.
Sure,
No
but
draw.
like this is the problem I see. Like in in reading this arc and like thinking more deeply into the role of CP and the Celestial Dragons,
Yeah.
I think that the CP might even be a fourth faction in this greater
Yeah,
picture.
definitely. They're not part of the
Yeah, they're
Navy.
not part of the Navy. They're a part of the world government,
Yeah.
and like they could have different objectives that maybe contradict the
Oh,
Navy.
100%.
Yeah, and I think Alkane would be impressed by the Elder Stars fucking him up again after this roster.
Because you have to defeat the Navy to get to Marinjella.
That's it.
And then you got Rob Luch standing in your way. That would be a cool fight.
Yeah.
Robin getting her justice, beating the shit out of Rob,
Sure, I guess.
you know?
Yeah, so, where do we... yeah, Bull Demon, interesting. Robin and Rob Luch, Dark Justice. Sanji and the rest, they try to save Robin. But they get fucked up by Rob. And Bluno, well, they separate themselves from the tracks, so the carriage is isolated.
Yeah.
They try to save him. They get fucked up by Bluno and Rob Lucci. Sanji almost breaks Bluno's iron body,
Okay,
which
yeah.
is decent for Sanji, I think.
Yeah, that comes
then-
into play later.
Frankie tries to save them. He gets captured. And Frankie and Robin get taken into the door world,
Door dimension.
go onto the train on the other carriage.
Have we
Into the
talked-
first carriage.
Have we talked about Bruno using his powers in the mirror world?
Christian, these questions of fifth dimensional qualities
Pocket
are
dimensional
interesting.
travel,
I imagine
yeah.
the door is separate to the mirror. But I don't know. I can't tell you what's going on. So, you know, interesting that, like, Bluno is only worth, like, 900 points, 800 points, 820 points or whatever.
Doriki or
Yeah.
whatever.
But, he's decent.
Do we find that information out later?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
find
Figaro.
out about the numbers later.
Yeah.
I wrote them down, so we have most of the numbers. Yeah, the Door World, Part 1. Sanji and Usopp are left behind. Frankie has picked Sanji and Usopp.
Yeah.
Usopp up. And we all meet. Then we meet CP9 and Spandam. We arrive at Enies Lobby. You know, we have the rivalry between Jabra and Rob and shit.
Yeah.
You know, all that.
Get out of here, Jabra.
Yeah, he's a bit of I guess this is a cat-dog thing that Oda was going for.
Yeah, but...
And it's interesting to be like, they haven't seen these guys for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And like, they're coming back from their mission kind of, I don't know, foiled in a way.
I mean, they got Robin.
Yeah, they got Robin, which I think is probably more important than
Yeah, get the Pluton.
the being Pluton. Luffy and Trouble meet Soga King for the first time, and they're amazed about Sniper Island.
Now,
Sniper Island must exist, ladies and gentlemen.
does Sniper Island exist?
It must,
It must.
because all of Usopp's lies become true eventually.
That is true. It's a fact.
Christian, on to the next page of notes. Give us the deeds.
So Luffy just goes ahead, right? Starts beating the shit out
Yeah,
of them.
Luffy's ahead of the rest of them. He like stretches over the gate
Mm-hmm.
and just starts pummeling goons. Christian, we'll talk about the Delphi information.
New Devil Fruit information is revealed.
Yeah.
Kaku reveals that a person can't eat more than 2 Devil Fruits because the devils
Yes.
will fight within the person's body and destroy it.
Now, this is an interesting comment. Do you think this is like the scientific version of what's going on in the One Piece world? Because like we see, like Nekomamushi and Raizo refer to Devil Fruits as magic. Is this more of the lore of the Devil Fruits or a scientific version?
Because we know Vegapunk's working on fake devil fruits.
Yeah.
We know fake devil fruits can exist.
Yeah. It probably has to
Seems
do
like
with
a science thing.
yeah.
So maybe it alters your DNA, but you
Yeah.
can't eat two because then your DNA would be completely fucked.
Yeah.
Who
So
knows?
at this point, everyone's arrived on. Well, almost everyone. Zoro and Sanji are still on the Rocket Man,
Yeah.
and Frankie House has arrived with their like 2 seahorses.
Yeah.
And we meet Kashi and what's his name?
Orimo?
Orimo in front of the gate. They're real dumb. Giants are real dumb, Christian.
Some giants are real dumb.
They get tricked by, the Frankie House. They get pinned up. Orimo smacks Kashi in the face with his hammer.
Yeah, they're not smart.
Basically an error of comedy. We'll find out like later on that they've been tricked, but then we get the numbers from CP.
Yep.
Got Rob Lucci 4,000, which is the highest
Which is
by far.
almost double Kaku's.
Kaku 2.2, Jabra 2.18. Jabra's
Alright.
not happy about Kaku getting stronger than him. Bluno 820, and then the rest are about 800, with Khalifa being 600 at the base.
So,
And what does they say? The normal person's 10?
yes.
Normal soldier's
So
10.
Nami,
Yes.
theoretically, would have a 600 Doriki.
Maybe, like, I don't know about her wits wanted that fight more than, like, her physical strength.
She still beat someone
Yeah.
at 600 points.
So, you want to do some stupid math here.
You can do some stupid math here.
And what are you saying? Like, Sanji's what? Let's say Sanji's 2.2. So,
Well, it wasn't.
like, Nami's a quarter of Sanji's strength or something?
Yes.
You want to do stupid math?
You can do stupid math here.
Yeah.
Very stupid math.
And then we enter the 3-headed judge at the courthouse.
This guy is weirdo.
Who remembers this man?
No one remembers these parts.
Yeah, this is also, like, this section of the arc is kind of a little bit of an issue, but, like, I get
No,
it.
but it's world building, how the island of justice works.
Yeah, Odorism here. We're explaining how things work.
How things work, what's going on here, all that.
Yeah, and then, Rob Lucci's talking to Spandam, and he goes, Spandam goes, what do you want? And Rob Lucci replies, blood. Murder is justice.
Now, interesting side note here.
Yes.
We get the information that carnivorous devil fruits
Make you bloodthirsty.
make you bloodthirsty. Is this affecting his mind?
Perhaps, but we've seen his flashback. He was he was still a brutal murderer.
That's true.
Later on, when I believe, was it Oniguma? Might have been Oniguma or the other guy, Strawberry.
Yeah, Oniguma tells the story here.
Anyway, yeah, as I said before, he seems like the perfect governance soldier that just, as long as you have authority over him, you can control him in any way you wish. That's what it seems like.
On the point of Oniguma,
Yeah,
by the way they tell that story,
yeah.
it seems like Rob Lucci is almost stronger than all of the Vice Admirals has ever got.
They state he's the most murderous and strong CP9 member ever to be in history.
And they seem to respect his strength and fear it.
They seem to respect his strength. I believe it's either Oniguma or the guy with the scars all over his face. Strawberry? It's not Strawberry.
No, that's not Strawberry.
It's someone else. Anyway, he states that
Can't remember.
we don't need to invade Enies Lobby and help and assist Rob Lucci because it's Rob Lucci.
Is Rob Lucci stronger than Vice Admirals?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Depends on the Vice Admiral, I think. The different abilities, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And he's not beating Garp, of course.
No, that's out of the question.
Garp's the outlier.
That's out of the question.
Christian, there's an all-out war outside the courthouse that's still going on. Gallian Company take out more waves of goons. Paulie, very good at ropes, Christian.
Yes. we
Very
know
good
this.
at ropes.
He's the rope king.
Interesting that Paulie's still in this story.
Well, he's come to help out.
Yes.
He's come to get revenge.
It's basically Paulie doing most of the work.
Yeah.
With like
Paulie is the
with
goon
like
cleaner.
Stone Slab assisting and stuff. Most of the time it's Paulie's screen time.
Yeah, just clearing out goons.
Yeah. And then Luffy arrives on top of the courthouse against Bluno, and we have a scuffle in base. Bluno remarks that Luffy has gotten stronger since the previous arc when they fought a little bit. This might be conjecture or not. Or he was underestimating Luffy in some way.
Who knows?
Or he wasn't upset about his Nakama.
Because they have the ability to sense power levels.
Yes.
So,
Perhaps.
who knows?
We'll see Gear 2 in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Dorian Brogy payoff.
Yeah.
With Orimokashi, Usopp states that he's met these giants. They've been waiting 50 years to trying to free these giants that they think that the world government has in captivity.
Yeah.
Because they're dumb and they got tricked.
Usopp in Elbaf.
Usopp and Elbaf is directly connected throughout the entire story. It has to happen.
When's it happening?
Usopp has to, command a legion of giants at some point, you imagine.
Elbaf has to happen.
I imagine in the final war, Usopp has direct command on the,
Giants.
on the giants. Because, what's-his-face is, Hydruden is the captain of the giant ship, and Hydruden has direct ties to Usopp.
Usopp must go to Elbaf. When is this happening?
I don't know, man. The more I think about, the order of the story, I think Whole Cake kind of feels like a little bit of a weird diversion that we're not ready for. Which is interesting. We might get into that later. So we find out that the Golden Denden Mushi is required to call in the Buster Call.
Now.
Where's Stassi's Golden Denden Mushi, ladies and gentlemen?
It could be in
Where
her
is
pocket.
it? Where's
Here's
the
the
Golden Denden Mushi? You
Here's
can't
the
just
thing.
use a regular Denden Mushi.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
Spadam got permission.
Well, he kind of jacked it from...
No. He got permission
Yeah.
from Aokiji.
Yes.
Exact permission to use it.
Yeah.
Aokiji granted him permission.
Right.
So, you can't just call in a fucking Buster Call willy-nilly.
Yes, and it needs to be a planned,
have to be-
approved.
It has to be approved by an admiral.
Yes. Because
Right.
an admiral, at the end of the day, controls the fleets that are required for the CP to use.
People might say, what if Green Bull approved this Buster Call
I mean,
on Hawkeye Islands?
There'll be flashbacks and shit if that happens. Whatever. Stacy, where you at? And then Robin's flashback.
Now, I heard you had problems with Robin's flashback.
Now, well, first of all, everyone arrives on top of the courthouse, and we're about to have the flag shooting moment. But before that,
Do you talk about Bluno Flat?
well, Bluno gets
Dominated.
by Gear 2.
How
And-
much
and
of an
Luffy-
upgrade is Gear 2?
Luffy's doing pretty well in base as well. Base is no slouch.
Would you say Gear 2 is a Gear 4 equivalent? Because he absolutely dominates with Gear 2.
This is the thing that we'll get to with Gears in a minute. That I think people have that Oda's maybe had a little bit of an issue with Gear 4. Because Gear 2 and Gear 3 are similar in Gear 4 in regards to the power jump that they have at that point in time in the series.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gear 2 and Gear 3 are probably equal power jump than Gear 4, right?
As Gear 4. Yeah.
As when Gear 4 turned up. You get
Yeah.
that. The problem with Gear 4, perhaps, is the restricted time limit that Gear 2 does not have.
I mean, Gear 2 just runs out, right? You don't have to pump it. You have to pump it constantly.
Gear 2, runs out, but there's no real side effect in battle other than stamina loss.
Lifespan, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Gear 3 has a real effect, but
yeah.
it's not 10-minute no haki, which is massive. Oda, being the fair man that he is, realizes that Gear 4 is a ridiculous power-up.
It had to have a weakness, but let's leave Gear 4.
So yeah, we'll get to Robin's flashback. Now, Christian,
Why do you have a problem?
This flashback might be an entire volume.
It's long.
My problem is it's long. Let me get this out of the way first. I enjoy the world building.
It's top notch.
I enjoy the admirals and
Vice
the
admirals?
type of justice. There's vice admirals.
First appearance of Volcano.
Yes. Also, the old CP9 looking good, looking hype. All right. We see this dude looking decent.
What if they are the CP0?
Old CP9 guys.
Old CP9 guys, now CP0.
Span dime.
Well, how old were they? Let's do the math here.
It's 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
What? How old do you reckon they were?
Well, how old's Robin now?
Robin's
30.
30.
And she was 8? So
Yeah.
22 years ago.
22 years ago.
Yes.
So, there's
They'd
that.
be, I don't know, they'd be like 50 maybe. I don't know, they didn't look like young, but they didn't look old.
They could be 50.
Mm.
And we know 50 is prime.
Yes.
CP0 Hive.
You hear it here first, ladies and gentlemen. There's like 3 panels of them. And they're behind, they're always behind Spandime.
Yeah, because they're secret operatives.
Now, we get the understanding of Soul.
Yeah, Jagged D Soul.
Jagged D Soul. We get the understanding of how the world history, the government are going under the impression that these guys are researching to create a weapon to destroy massive havoc across the world. That's what they think they're doing.
Regardless,
But
you're still not allowed to research this shit.
Yes, but the Elder Stars know better, of course.
Yeah.
And it's revealed later on that, what's his face? The
Clover?
Professor Clover comes up with his hypothesis, and he's about to say the name of the ancient kingdom. But
And we don't get to see it.
we get the triple dot, and he gets shot. I'm jumping all over the place in this flashback. Basically, my problem is
There's a lot of Robin gets bullied.
there's a lot of Robin's a freak, and her befriending Soul. Right?
Wait, do we know how she got a devil fruit?
That's like 3
How'd
chapters.
she get a devil fruit?
I don't remember.
She has it in the flashback.
She has it, and that's why she's bullied.
Yeah.
She's remarked as a demon because of her abilities, which is interesting in a horror where they research knowledge that they don't know about devil fruits, or the random goons don't know about devil fruits.
Well, you know, they're not scholars. Those
Yes.
random goons. Those kids.
Basically, Christian, the flashback, very sad, very good for specific reasons. About 4 chapters too long with Robin's a demon, Robin's been bullied, Robin's befriending this man named Jagged D Soul.
Do we want to talk about
Yes.
why is a giant have a D in his name?
Well, the family of D, Christian.
The
This
little
is,
D.
this is my theory. The ancient kingdom was the Mink, Wano Kuni, and the Giants.
Wano Kuni.
Yes. Because they're not a part of the government.
Yeah, but then you got all.
That's my theory.
All the strong people come from one place.
Yes. They all come from the ancient kingdom and they had to be separated, and this is why they're not a part of the government.
The clan of D.
Yes, the clan of D has. I think it's the Mink, the Wano Kuni, or at least the Kazuki.
Shandoran?
Not the Shandoran, because they get blown up into the sky. I don't know if they are willingly like knowing that they're not a part of the world government. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think Albuff, the Minks, and the Wano Kuni have direct ties to the ancient kingdom. We know that Wano Kuni must have direct ties to the ancient kingdom via the creation.
Well, the Kazuki clan.
The
Right?
Kazuki clan specifically create the unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Now, my theory on this is some kind of devil fruit imbued pick that carves into stone or something. Some set of legendary tools that creates these
You
unbreakable
heard it here
stones.
first.
Because I imagine it's some Kazuki bloodline related thing that allows them to use the tools.
What if it's the legendary swordsman technique?
A swordsman take. First of all, we don't know what these stones are,
Alright, what about the vibration of all things?
or the voice of all things.
Well, the swordsman, you know,
The rhythm,
everything has a rhythm.
perhaps.
Maybe if you know the rhythm. you
Momo,
cut the
I
stone.
imagine Wano Kuni will have a direct plot point for Momo to
Momo's
learn about his past,
Oh, we're definitely
his
getting
family,
a flashback.
his family,
Yeah.
and how these poneglyphs are
We're
made.
definitely getting massive history.
Not too much.
I reckon we'll get massive history.
I reckon we'll get in-depth details on how the poneglyphs are made, but not why they were made. You see? Oda loves to do this.
When are we getting this information?
It has to be from Robin's mouth at the end.
That's true. That's very true.
We always get a little bit of details here and there. Now, Christian, where did we leave off? Ah, yes, we're still in Robin's flashback. So these are my problems. Too long. Alright? I get it. Robin was bullied. I get it. They don't... it's a lot of what is knowledge, how do you use knowledge, should things be researched, etc., etc. These are questions that Oda are putting forward to you. It's a bit ham-fisted for me. It's a bit much. You don't need 2 chapters repeating yourself, and you don't need 4 chapters talking about how Robin was bullied.
But you need time for the story.
But excellent world building.
Okay.
And excellent hints at the hatred between Kuzan and Akainu.
Okay, yes. There are very good hints there.
No Kizaru to be found yet, but he's there.
Will turn up.
Yes. So after this flashback ends, Olivia dies very sad. She finds that it's her duty. Actually, before we get out of this flashback, interesting note that Sengoku's in this flashback, Christian.
Yeah.
No specific role or rank on Sengoku.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Surely he's Fleet Admiral at this point.
He's higher than Vice Admiral because he orders Sol to attack Olivia's ship. Take them out.
Okay.
Murder her. He's going, why are we killing these people? We should just capture them. They're only researching history. The government should hire these people to understand the history. And Sengoku's like, shut the fuck up. Stop talking about the history.
Sengoku fucking knows about the Will of D. We saw it in Dressrosa.
Yes.
He's like, you clan of D.
He knows.
You miraculous
everyone knows about the history at part, like, God
Sengoku knows. Sengoku has to know.
Yeah. Well, he's Fleet Admiral. I imagine the Fleet Admiral keyed in on what's up.
Just tell us, Sengoku.
So the flashback's over. Ancient Kingdom. Giants, very strong, Christian. Sol lifts an entire warship.
I mean...
That's lifting strength.
What about Tom throwing a ship together?
That's good, but that ain't no warship. That's no Navy warship.
Okay.
So we're out of the flashback. We get the Soga King shoot the flag down scene. I want to live. Very good.
Mm-hmm. Iconic.
Yes.
Moment.
And then Frankie proceeds to burn the blueprints
mm-hmm.
to Spandam's dismay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets thrown off the balcony.
Yes.
And we end the volume. Where are we? Rocket Man enters. Meanwhile, we're fighting the giant still, etc., etc. Rocket Man hits the back of Oyama. Zoro, Sanji arrive.
Yeah.
This is beforehand. Before, obviously, they enter the court.
Yeah.
And then, basically, the arc is pretty much ramping up to the climax.
It's fight time.
We need the keys to unlock the chains, and we need to beat the CP9 agents to get the key, and we don't know which key we need, so we've got to kill all this. We've got to get the key from each one.
We've got to save Robin.
Yes. And Luffy's like, I'm going after Rob Lucci. See you later.
It's my fault.
Yes. So basically we set up with, like, Zoro and Kaku start pretty evenly, I might add.
Yeah, but Kaku's not in giraffe form yet.
Kaku's not in giraffe form. Kaku's form for sword style with his Rikishi stuff.
Legs, yeah.
Interesting fight for Zoro. We'll get into it after he finishes it, but, could have... We'll get into it in a bit. Zoro, Kaku, and... Well, Zoro and Jabra... No, Zoro. Usopp and Jabra are mucking about. Jabra's sleeping, but Usopp gets followed by a chicken next to him.
Yeah.
And then magically... Well, Usopp gets fucked up. Standard
Usopp affair.
Kaku and Zoro land on top of them too.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what's going on? Usopp spots handcuffs on the wall. He assumes they're sea stone prism. Throws them at Zoro. Zoro doesn't notice, and he handcuffs
one of
Zoro.
his arms.
Usopp's reasoning is use his handcuffs against the Devil Fruit users, because it's Super Stone. That could assist you. And then, in a series of events and explosions, they land on each other.
They get cuffed together.
And they get cuffed together. Hilarious. Then we move on to... First of all, Nami ends up fighting Kurundori for a little bit. It's like the first matchup.
Frankie... She gets fucked up a little bit, doesn't she?
is it getting fucked up? It's sorta like she doesn't really take that much damage. She's just it's kind of just like stalling out, waiting for Chopper to turn up.
Yeah.
Frankie versus Fukuro, Sanji versus Khalifa. We know how that goes.
Sanji can't catch a break.
So Sanji's just getting absolutely wrecked. He's trying real hard to get the key with not hitting her.
Yeah.
Chopper comes in to save Nami. Sanji cops an L. And then we get Luffy looking at the door, being like, "What's his door?" Gear 3 hint, Mini Luffy.
Mini Luffy.
Interesting setup for the drawback on Gear 3. We already had a hint in this in the Blunder fight. This is the second hint of Gear 3. I can really imagine the speculation going into what is this Gear 3, Christian, week to week.
Yeah.
Why is he
100%.
turning small? Why is he binding his hand?
I reckon you could kind of piece it together because you would understand that it's a very powerful attack.
Yeah.
He busts through that door.
Now we get the scene where, like, Chopper's beating down on... What's his name?
Kumadori.
Kumadori. They end up meeting with Frankie. Frankie's pummeling the shit out of Fukaboshi. He runs out of cola.
It's not it's Fukuro. It's not Fukaboshi.
Fukuro, not Fukaboshi. Fukuro. Anyway, Chopper and Frankie meet paths. Chopper locks what's his face in the fridge.
Kumadori. His name's not that hard to get.
And then, comedy ensues. Frankie's like, "Give me the cola."
He gets juice.
Chopper throws him, vegetable juice. He's weak, etc., etc. Christian, do we think we could have this effect, but with better drinks, other than cola?
Cola's the ultimate drink.
Yes.
Because it's the power of America.
Right.
Alright. Does Kumadori get out of the fridge at this point?
Soon.
Okay.
After Frankie fucks him up.
For who?
What's his face? Fuck Zip Mouth Man.
It's Fukuro.
Fukuro.
Fuck's sake.
So he basically punches him in the head after he drinks the cola.
Yeah.
Massive hit. He goes flying off
Tower of
the
Justice.
Tower of Justice. A series of events. Frankie follows.
Yep.
And now they're kind of like swimming for each other in the water. Meanwhile, Chopper. Rumble Ball time.
Kumadori.
Yes.
Eating a bunch of food.
Yeah. Gaining strength.
Slims himself down. Like Luffy.
Life returns paper art.
Yes.
Interesting.
Now.
Has
People want to say Luffy has this technique.
Yeah.
Possibility, he saw Rob Lucci do it.
Or it's just like he figured it out.
But, yes, but we know Rokishi is the training of the body.
Yeah.
To do miraculous things.
Yeah.
So, this could be... Luffy could very much have this.
He could. Now, Christian. We get the best sword in the entire story. Usopp's sword. Interesting that Zoro can use his sword while Usopp's holding it. I don't know how Usopp
Zoro's
holds on.
a sword master.
Yes. It's a bunch of comedy here. Not much happening in these fights at the moment.
A lot of comedy.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Sanji's been turned into like a soap man and no one knows how to like free him. After the Khalifa fight, she throws him off the balcony. He's completely destroyed.
Yeah.
We get the monster point. Chopper absolutely wrecks the man. Throws him... How far away?
But, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Because doesn't Chopper interrupt Nami's fight?
Yes, but we're not up to that yet.
Okay, yeah.
So Chopper wins. He throws far away. Absolutely wrecks him. We see monster point
Who?
and its ferocity.
Who's this for?
Kumadori.
There you go.
His ferocity and fierce power in Monster Point.
Monster Point.
Christian, Monster Point, very impressive at this point.
I would say Monster Point puts Chopper in the Monster Trio
Sure.
at this stage.
Yes. Very good. Drawbacks.
Significant.
Significant drawbacks. Not really much damage to the Straw Hats in the grand scheme of things.
No.
So that fight's over. Frankie beats with a coup de vent.
Who's he beat?
Fukuro.
Fukuro.
Yes.
It's not that hard.
Frankie beats Fukuro.
Why don't you just write it down in the book?
Using the centaur form again. Fukuro's trying to like shake him off using his like skywalk stuff
Yeah.
and his paper up. Centaur mode, coup de vent, puts him into the ground. Huge like indent into the ground. We see Frankie's power. Impressed, Christian?
Fukuro kind of on the weaker end of the
Yeah.
scale.
Sure.
Frankie's impressive. He's got that iron body.
Yes. Now, Nami arrives at Khalifa's joint. She's taking a bath for some reason.
She's trying out new powers.
Yes. She loves the soap. She's all about the soap. Nami trying her best at this point in
Yeah.
combat. Can't keep up combat-wise. She's trying, she's blocking, she's dodging, she's diving. In come Monster Point through the wall. Because he climbs up the tower. And, everyone's like, what's going on? Oh, that's Chopper, etc., etc. And he throws the bathtub out the window, or not out the window, out to the balcony, which eventually frees Sanji from the spell of the soap.
soap.
Yeah, because he got hit with hot
It's
water.
such a weird ability. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It cleans you so well
That
you
you're all
become
like
super smooth.
shiny and shit.
Super weird ability.
After this, Nami kind of uses the rain tempo, the mirage tempo, and
Lightning bolt.
and just electrocutes
Lightning spear.
Khalifa. Hits her with a lightning bolt first, and then goes for the lightning javelin. Wrecked.
We get to see a Nami fight.
Which is good.
Miracle.
Yes.
Absolute miracle. Will this be the only Nami fight?
We'll get one with Zeus in a
Zeus.
next arc. Yes.
That's a call.
Zeus has gone missing lately.
Who does
Christian.
Nami fight?
Probably middle of the road, female.
An oven type from Kaido's crew?
Yeah, no.
Not a
even.
commander, but kind of strong.
Probably like a Galette or like an Amonde.
No one wants to see that.
What do you want to...
I want to see Nami get a fight. I want to see Robin get a fight.
It depends how much time you want to spend.
I want to see Sanji get a fight. Are you aware that Wano's 200 chapters? It's going to be a similar situation.
If you say so.
It's going to be a similar situation. Water 7 and Enies Lobby.
I'm calling it right now. When
Wano Part 1, Wano Part 2. Wano Part 1, dealing with all the Kazuki shit.
No, I had this thought
Dealing with all
today
that.
as well, which is interesting that you came to the conclusion as well.
It's simple.
I'm thinking that, yeah, it's going to get split up into two sections. The way Water 7 and Enies Lobby worked.
Because we're going to get Kazuki shit,
Yeah.
Civil War shit, what's going on with all the clans, Zoro's sword,
Kaido gets evaded. It's kind of like Rob Lucci.
Kaido's fucking around somewhere in the countryside.
And then we can fight.
And then the next half is the massive war.
Yes. Alright, enough about one.
And everyone gets a fight.
Uh,
Including Nekomamushi
and
and Inuarashi.
Frankie unlocks Zoro and Usopp because he gets a key from being the man. Pushes Chopper into the water
Yeah.
to get rid of Monster Point, causing a scene. I imagine Frankie saves Chopper off screen.
Yeah.
Buster Call's almost here.
Sanji versus Jobra.
Jobra. Interesting fight for Sanji. Good fight for Sanji.
It's a good fight.
I think anime gives
Short.
I think the anime gives a little bit more to Jobra than what was. I think it makes it seem like Jobra was a little bit more imposing than what was in the manga.
Okay.
Because it only really gets a couple of good hits on Sanji and not even kicks. It's more of his laser foot stuff.
He gets in with the full moon, doesn't he? Pretty sure he does get in with the full moon.
Yeah, something like that. But Sanji's putting the beat down on him pretty heavily for most of the fight.
This shot's really far. This fight's really short.
It is pretty short. Zoro gets a longer fight.
Of course Zoro gets a longer fight.
Yeah, but it was refreshing to see Sanji's fighting style again. It's been a while.
I want the kicks, I want the spins, I want the roundhouses,
Exactly.
I want the mutton shots. I just want to see Sanji in action.
Anyways, Jobra tries to tell lies about him being Robin's brother, etc., etc. Sanji sees right through him.
Sanji ain't believing that shit.
It eventually ends up to them being over the balcony.
And Diablo
Jambe, new power up for Sanji. Kick, done, gets the key. Now we move on to Zoro's Demons, perhaps linked to will. Jabra states that it can't be.
Kaku.
It's in Kaku states that. Look, he
He
can't.
has an evil aura.
He thinks to himself he can't be showing these demons via his will, which means that he is showing these demons via pure will.
Here's the thing.
Is it will based? I'm thinking the third branch of One Piece that hasn't been explored, which is Soul.
Okay.
What do you think, Christian?
Well, the demons are very interesting. There's a lot of theories out there. You know, the cursed sword is the source of his demons.
Yeah.
Gives him the evil aura.
Mm.
Zoro's bloodthirst
Yes.
is why he's a demon. People want to say it's some sort of conqueror's haki showing. Putting fear into Kaku's mind.
Right.
Possibility. We know Ashura isn't actually Zoro.
Yeah, it's an illusion.
It's an illusion attack. But it scares possible conquerors.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could be a possible soul thing, but it's an illusion.
So yeah, this.
Sanji's Diablo Jambe is not an illusion.
Yes.
Zoro's demons are.
Yes.
Which is very interesting.
Interesting to think that like this is kind of a gag fight, but not really.
Zoro's kind of pushed to his limit.
He sort of is, but I'm thinking Zoro, like, just pull out the Oshura. You one-shot the man. He never gets a clean hit until the Oshura.
It's kind of like a Mr. One situation.
Yeah, he's got to get through the defense
Yeah.
of the Iron Body.
It's always like, Zoro always... That's what Zoro does.
I guess it's what sword fights are, though.
Yeah, you
Like,
get a good
as soon
hit,
as you
win.
get a good hit, you kind of win.
You know, it's not Bleach, you know.
Yeah. It's always the shoulder slash. That like would decapitate someone and needs to keep going. Anyway, then we get the bridge scene. Buster calls here. Spandam just constantly talking about you're the demon child, etc., etc. It was my father, Spandam. Oh, what a big shock. That fucked you O'Hara up, etc., etc. And I'm like, alright, Spandam, we hate you already.
And then Usopp snipes
And
the
then-
fuck out of him.
Soku King,
With the sniping
so
skills.
far away. Excellent sniping skills from Usopp.
So far away, the government can't do anything about it.
Yes. Excellent from Usopp.
Usopp is a world-class sniper.
Christian, and then, meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get to the Rob Lucci fight in a second, but the Rob Lucci fight's peppered out throughout all these scenes.
Yeah. We'll
We'll
break that down.
get to the main event soon.
What do we like an hour into this podcast? We haven't talked about
50
Rob Lucci
minutes or
fight?
so. Buster Call starts, Christian, everyone's on the bridge. Frankie gets his revenge on Spandam, throwing
Funk
the
Freak?
sword Funk Free that causes
Do you know what names
massive,
are?
massive pain.
Do you remember Eddie days?
Yeah, I remembered Funk Freed. I was gonna say Funk Freed, but you cut me off.
Do you remember Fuguro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian, Frankie gets his revenge for Tom. Very nice scene there.
Yep.
And then they all end up in the water. All the Straw Hats are in the water. They're like traveling to the bridge.
See, you wrote here, very good, etc. Fight Straw Hats on bridge.
Well, first,
Why would you mention very good specifically?
Well, first we need to talk about the mermaid scene.
Oh, with Kokoro.
Kokoro, yeah. The Straw Hats are all in the water, and that's how they travel because the train isn't working. They the rest of the Straw Hats travel towards the bridge
Yeah.
because Frankie and Robin are already there. Usopp, Zoro, Sanji,
Well, they get saved.
and Nami. If
Yeah.
they get saved, Nami
Rob fills the
with water.
with water. Yeah.
So they get saved by a mermaid. Very funny scene. Interesting to note that mermaids' tails split at age 30. And a hint for Fishman Island
Yeah.
later on.
But is this the only example of this?
I believe so. I don't know that we've seen another mermaid over the age of 30.
Arlong's sister has to be.
We don't know how old she is, Christian.
Madam Shirley has to be getting there in age.
Perhaps.
Maybe this is just a
Older thing.
for this time, for this reveal.
It's a weird reveal as well. It didn't need to happen.
I mean, someone need to save him.
Yeah. Did it need to be like a Mermaid Fishman Island hint?
Hey, adds world building.
It's interesting. I'm not mad about it. And then, you know, the Legion of Goons from the 5 Vice Admirals turn up. We've got Very Good,
Why don't
Rustman.
Momonga and Oniguma jump in?
Now, specifically, they do not jump in because they state Rob Lucci can handle this fight because it's Rob Lucci.
Yeah, but what about the Straw Hats?
They leave it to the other ships that are kind of... Well...
Momonga could have put up a fight.
Yeah, they could have put up a fight, Christian, but this is the thing, like... Meanwhile, Rob Lucci's getting kicked on their ship.
That's true.
And it's getting fucked up. And then... Momonga orders to shoot that ship... Because, like, Straw Hat's on it, and they're like, they're gonna lose, like, 10,000 men or something, or 1,000 men, and they shoot it anyway to get rid of Luffy, but he's not on there anymore, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So they're preoccupied with the Rob Luch stuff going on.
Alright.
Yeah, so Barry Good's a guy that turns into balls, one of our favourite characters here.
Yep.
Real weird devil fruit.
Zoro's sword almost gets off screen
Zoro's sword just breaks.
in one panel.
What sword was it? The one that he just got from the shopkeeper, yeah?
Yeah, the good sword he got from the
Didn't
shop.
really mean anything. I don't think it deserved more than it got.
That one panel,
I don't
it
know.
almost got off screen.
And then, you know, we think that the Giants and Frankie House and the Galleon Company are dead. Paulie, excellent.
rope skills.
How much rope does this man have at his utility at all
Well,
times?
it's a port. There's lots of rope at a port.
I guess. They're hanging off the cliff, which is basically what's going on.
Yeah.
Even the Giants. Excellent rope skill from Paulie.
Paulie's a rope master.
Yes. So Frankie's like, you guys, you're safe, whatever. The Luffy fight's done. Usopp. The Merries come. It knows we've arrived. They enter the Merry. They leave. They escape because Spandam is like... He lies and says, Aokiji demands that you kill them and fire. Not knowing or understanding that the cannonballs will hit each other because they're too close to each other. So the ships just take each other out while while the Merry goes right through.
And Sanji's ingenious scheme,
Yes.
Sanji doing the stealth thing, opens the gates.
Yes.
Creating whirlpools and shit so they can escape.
It's real weird. Whirlpools and stuff
Because the
going on.
gates are fucking massive.
And they use Luffy as a slingshot to shoot cannonballs back, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we get when we meet up with the Galleon Company at the end to say goodbye to the Merry. We find out that the Merry's talking to Mr. Iceberg. Being like, I want to sail one last time. Let me sail. Iceberg patches him up as well as he can.
Sends them off.
And sends the Sunny off,
The
Merry off, to go save the Straw Hats. Pretty much ending the arc, Christian. Now, the main event that everyone's waiting for.
Rob Lucci.
The Rob Lucci fight. Christian,
versus Monkey D. Luffy.
this is your section.
5-star classic.
Christian, this is your section. I want you to take this and helmet.
Okay. The fight starts with Luffy
Yes.
versus Rob Lucci. It seems fairly even at the start.
Sorta.
They trade a couple blows. Their fists meet. Cuts.
Similar to Katakuri on the ship.
This isn't really where the fight starts. It's
Yes.
just a little bit of a skirmish.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get Frankie. Then we get a little bit of... It's sprinkled throughout, a little bit of dialogue here and there.
Yep.
Throughout the volume. Then the fight really starts when Frankie turns up at the at that little junction area,
Yep.
the storage room, and so it starts. Luffy gets dominated by Rob Lucci,
He does.
sent flying, and then Lucci tries to kill Frankie.
Yes.
Gear second, pummels Rob Lucci, but Rob Lucci is distracted.
Yes.
And he's trying to kill Frankie.
Not in cat form.
But this gives the reader hope that Luffy can beat Luffy.
Similar to the Marienda, perhaps, Christian.
Similar to Gear 4.
Yes. Gear 2 is similar to Gear 4 in the same...
Let's not go too heavily on the
in the
Katakuri
parallels.
Luffy.
Okay,
Alright.
we'll maybe get to that at the end.
Alright. So Rob Lucci realizes that he can't take Luffy lightly,
Yes.
goes into his leopard form, and they seem pretty even. Gear 2 and leopard form seem about on par. They're fighting. Luffy's getting hits in. Rob's getting hits in.
Rob's getting used to
The speed.
Gear Second. He's starting to understand it, starting to dodge it, etc.
Okay, so they trade for like... They trade blows for like a whole chapter.
Christian, how long is this fight in chapter length, would you say?
I would say it's 10 chapters.
Right. But the fight actually starts at like 10
For...
chapters behind. It's sprinkled in and out. So it's
Yeah,
about
okay.
18.
I would say the fight actually starts at 4:18.
Yes.
Because it's called Rob Lucci versus Luffy.
But it is sprinkled throughout the previous
It
volume.
is sprinkled. But I would say that's more of the skirmish shit.
Yes.
Alright, so... Luffy... so Rob decides to do some sort of devious plan.
Yeah.
He's like, all your friends are going to die anyway. He, cuts the wall.
Yeah.
And the room starts to flood. Luffy goes up there. And Rob starts to dominate him because Gear 2 ran out.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy cannot be Rob Lucci without Gear 2. Stated.
Similar to Gear 4, Christian.
Similar to Gear 4.
Yes.
Rob Lucci starts to dominate him.
Yes.
Hitting him with like a flurry of... it's called like Yellow Lotus.
Yeah.
The finger pistol flurry attack.
Yep.
Hits him with the tail razor. Whatever that's called.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy's getting dominated. And then it's Gear 3 time. Okay? Luffy brings out Gear 3. Rob thinks it's a cheap trick like blowing up a balloon. He does not expect this attack.
He doesn't expect the power.
Doesn't expect the attack to have massive power behind it. And it does.
Right.
Alright? But, guess what? Gear 3 is too slow.
Yes.
It's too slow to hit Rob.
And too like lumbering.
Yes. Has Gear 3 always been too slow?
I like the improvements that Gear 3's made after the time skip.
But it's still too slow. Mingo says it's still too slow.
I think Gear 3 will be utilized kind of more in like the slower, more animal-like opponents, such as Jack. Seeing if it can kind of muster the strength, but it won't. But like,
Gear 4's way stronger than Gear 3.
yes, but I think like, you know how like Gear 2 was like speed?
Yeah.
I think... Because my big theory is like Luffy will learn better armored haki in Wano.
Okay.
So I imagine he'll try and use Gear 3 strength-wise to take on these like literally mammoth opponents.
I think Gear 3 is a goon clearing attack.
It's pretty much useless at this point.
It's useless at this stage in the game. Now, Alpha Gatling, I'll give you that. I'll give you that's a powerful attack.
It's good.
That can do some serious damage.
Like Grizzly Magnum sent Caesar how far?
Yeah, but we're at the stage where like Gear 3's not gonna cut it.
Yeah, it does not gonna cut against legitimate opponents.
Like a Grizzly Magnum could do some serious damage to people like Oven.
Yeah.
But like, Commander's not really gonna feel that.
Yeah. They're either gonna be too nimble to dodge or too sturdy to take damage.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we got Gear 3 destroying the warships.
Yeah.
Okay, Rob Lucci's backstory with Oniguma. The legend.
Yeah, killed
Rob
500
Lucci.
hostages because they were too weak.
Dark Justice. He's a monster.
Yes.
He's really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Strongest CP9 agent ever. Blah, 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 blah.
13 joined the intelligence and became an official member of the intelligence agency.
Of CP9.
Impressive.
Very impressive.
Yes.
Now. Okay. What? So, Lucci goes into the leopard form.
Yes, and
Which
bites
you
Luffy.
very rarely see.
The full.
The full leopard form
Yes.
of Rob Lucci.
See it once.
Yes.
Bites Luffy, but Luffy
Alright,
bounces
Luffy
him off.
runs out of Gear 3.
Yeah.
Now. Is this as bad as Luffy running away? And
He ran away. He tried to run away. He got found.
he got found, but Rob Lucci too busy fucking around and not killing him.
Not really. He stumbles because his legs are broken or like damaged.
But he punts him into the wall and then he's talking to him. He could have just fucking slice his head off right there.
I
But
don't
Rob
think
Lucci has to run his mouth.
I don't think the timeline's like that long. In retrospect,
He has to stutter from like convenient damage.
it's not convenient. Luffy hit him with a gear 3. It's
But
like
what I'm saying is,
yeah, what?
clear plot coming into play for Luffy here.
Sure, but reasonable.
Very reasonable.
Yes.
More reasonable than the Katakuri fight.
Christian, you want to talk about plot? Oda didn't have to give Luffy a drawback. These are just things that exist.
I'm just stating the facts.
All right.
I'm stating that it's still a little bit of something.
Yeah.
But
A little bit of talk no jutsu.
a little bit of I'm a villain, I have to talk and not kill the main character.
Yeah.
But better than Katakuri. Because we got the Marianda, he doesn't kill him. He leaves him there. Even though we can see into the future.
Same thing happens with Rob.
Yes. We'll get to it.
Yes.
Alright? So, Rob, after this, goes into his ultimate form. The skinny Rob speed form. And
Life returns.
starts to dominate Luffy.
Yeah.
With the Raikugan, the coolest attack in the show.
Christian loves this, ladies and gentlemen. He theorizes that Garp has this ability.
I mean, Kobe has Rikishi styles. That's all I'm gonna say.
A lot of the
Who trained Kobe?
Garp.
Ah,
Interesting.
Garp has Rikishi confirmed.
Maybe.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Garp the fist.
Yeah.
Black hockey fist. Raikugan, get out of here.
Trained on 8 mountains.
So, Luffy cops the Raikugan.
Yeah.
Massive damage.
Huge damage.
Intense amount of damage.
Yes.
Alright? Luffy states, this is like an impact dial. But way stronger. So, a very powerful attack. Very
Indeed.
potent attack.
Yeah.
All the force behind that attack is very strong.
Yeah.
So then, Luffy gets back up after that. He tries to, duck and weave. Tries to hit him a little bit.
Gets a hit in here.
Gets a hit in here or there.
Yeah.
But he goes for a... Is it a jet? Yeah, he goes for a jet bazooka. Rob Lucci already seen this attack. He's like, I know this attack.
Goes around.
Goes around him. Raikugan again. Luffy's done.
Yeah. Luffy's on the floor. Usopp. Luffy, what are you doing?
Friendship speech.
It's not a speech about friendship.
It's a pep speech, alright?
Yes.
It's a pep speech. Get up. What are you doing, you bum?
Get up, you bum. Rocky, get up.
See, my theory behind this, why Rob does not kill Luffy here, is because he wants to kill all of Luffy's friends in front of him.
Well, he says that.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, being a villain,
Yes.
not killing the main character yet again.
Indeed.
Luffy gets back up, and it's meaningless.
Rob is like, how?
How is this happening?
Yes.
How have you copped 2 of the strongest attacks that I have?
And then, again.
Absolutely dominated you.
Yeah.
Rob's like, alright, I'm finishing this is it.
Yeah.
Luffy gets grabbed. Another Raikugan.
Yeah.
Luffy's like, there's no way you're getting back up.
He's like, I'm walking away from you, back turned.
Rob wins the fight twice.
Yes.
Rob thinks he won the fight twice. Alright? Turns his back. Alright?
Yep.
Jack Allen.
Good night.
The fight's over. Rob Lucci's defeated. Hubris
Perhaps.
was Rob Lucci's downfall.
Sure.
Hubris.
Now, Christian, we have a few questions from Twitter that I managed to roll
Surely that's the question, Connor.
up. It's specifically about this arc, so we might as well answer it now.
From Braga Diaz.
From Braga Diaz, in what scenario does Rob Lucci win?
I think
Christian,
we just described it.
we just described the scenario.
If he doesn't be a villain,
Yes.
he has the monologue. He wants to see Luffy in pain when he kills all his
It's
friends.
about the dark justice. It's about the humiliation.
If you didn't, assume that he won twice, Rob Lucci would have won.
Luffy's will is so
hubris.
immense.
Hubris.
Yeah. So you think Rob Lucci, all he had to do was finish the job?
All he did was finish the job.
Yeah.
That's all he had to do. Finish your job.
Christian, and for my man
Hamzago.
Hamzago2 on Twitter at Hamzago2. What would the fandom react to nowadays? Week by week. I think they'd be upset with the start. Too much nonsense going on.
It's good comedy though.
It's good comedy, but edgelords out there aren't interested in
yeah,
comedy
sure.
these days.
The fandom right now is not interested in comedy. That's very true.
They'd be many people would be upset with this flashback being 10 chapters. It'd be good for the lore guys, but for the edge masters out there.
Everyone loves flashbacks though.
Yeah.
Everyone loves flashbacks.
Okay. Do you think the soul stuff would be too much at the front? Because at the front, it's like 2-3 chapters.
I think people.
Now, Rob Lucci asked Pauls, in quotation marks, do you think people would be as upset as the Katakuri situation?
They would call it out. There would be the people out there would call it out and be
Yeah.
like, "This is an ass pull. This is trash." How did Luffy get back up after that?
Yeah.
Usopp friendship speech.
Luffy learned Gear 2 and 3 in maybe 2 weeks.
See, we don't know when Luffy made these techniques up.
Specifically says he needs to get stronger after Aokiji decimated the crew.
I know that.
Which is maybe 2 weeks.
But
Yeah. Did he have these cooking before?
he have these cooking before?
Maybe.
Or did he have these cooking after the whole when he got dominated by CP9?
I don't think so, because he specifically calls out
That's
Aokiji.
true. He does specifically call out Aokiji.
Yeah.
So he developed these techniques on the sea.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
During maybe the travel time on the sea, maybe during when he was in the snake, maybe in
I think we get
training in the snake, maybe that's what he was doing the entire time.
what
In Sky PR,
riding
perhaps.
gears.
Yeah.
It's a possibility. What I'm saying is, I think people would be upset about these power ups. Sanji's power up, Zoro's power up,
There's a lot of power ups going on.
and Luffy's power up are effectively unexplained during their chapters when they were announced.
Yes.
The difference between post time skip is we get a flashback to the training.
We understand Luffy trained for those 2 years.
We understand Luffy trained for 2 years. We get rarely flashbacks.
Yeah.
What he did, how he did it.
So you think people would be upset with power ups?
People would be calling these power ups ass pulls 100%.
Okay. Do you think? I think they're fine in the grand scheme of things. Like,
Time heals all.
yes, time heals all wounds, and I think Katakuri will be made. Once it gets animated,
Once you get those supercuts,
things will be clean up, and in 10 years, it'll be remembered as one of the great fights.
well, here's the thing: the finishing blow is not Jack Alley.
Yes, but
Iconic,
yes,
very iconic moment.
but we will see what that looks like. Better, far better in the anime. I assume.
That's true.
Christian,
Thoughts on the arc.
thoughts on the arc?
Thoughts on the arc.
I've already talked about my problems with the arc. It's a little bit too,
A little bit too in the mouth.
like, it's not, but it is. Like, it's. This is the thing. There's nothing to talk about, so things are repeated. You know what I mean? There's not much lore to go into. There's not much factions to talk about. So dialogue.
That's true.
Dialogue's repeated with Spandam and Robin quite a
Sure.
bit.
Okay, that dialogue's repeated.
Yes.
But we get giants.
The lore's there, but like you know how we have usual arcs with like multiple plot points and things,
Yeah.
multiple storylines going on at the same time. That was going on in the previous arc, Water 7. So I guess this is like the payoff to Water 7.
Yeah, this
a
is
way.
the battle portion. Right?
Yes, but
For
like
a battle arc,
if
people say this is the best.
if you don't need to repeat the dialogue, like why show it? Just to show where the characters are, I guess.
I guess you got to think about it from a weekly perspective because
Oda wants to drill in your head that he doesn't.
Water 7 effectively is a year ago.
Yeah,
Right by the time you get to volume 44.
yeah,
So you got to remind people.
exactly. You got to be like, look, we hate Spandam. He's got to remind you every week that we hate Spandam. Yes.
I mean, you gotta know the villain's bad.
And you know, there's a few chapters in there that it's like we're moving characters around, we're setting up fights, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think people would maybe be upset about. Maybe the Galleon and the Frankie house being like, all right, that's enough.
The Goon Squad.
The Goon Squad.
Okay. I think this is one of the most iconic One Piece
But
arcs.
very good arc for just its pacing,
For its battles.
and it's a battle. It's a battle.
Everyone
arc
gets a
through
fight.
and through. Yes.
Everyone gets a fight. Everyone gets their time to shine.
Yeah.
The crew shows themselves as a fighting
Well,
force.
Robin doesn't get a fight, but she's not fighting.
Robin's never getting a fight.
Yeah.
Alright?
She gets her revenge by snapping Span's back like 10 times.
Everyone else gets a fight, alright?
Yeah.
Everyone else gets a fight.
Yeah.
We get to see Chopper in action, we get to see Nami in action. Zoro Sanji get new moves.
And like
new gears.
we've said this a few times, but the difference between this arc and like most of the other arcs and why people remember this so fondly is because we've already gone through the setup in the previous arc, Water 7. We've gone through who are the players in the arc, what's the story with all these players, we've had major reveals already and we're just going in. I feel like see, this is the thing that I fear that people are going to be upset with Wano, because this is not going to be a battle. Not through and through. We need to explain a lot of things. In
Yeah,
Wano.
it's going to be... I assume it's going to be split up like Water 7 and Enies Lobby was. You get the exposition portion, and then you get the battle portion.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
So everyone gets a fight. Everyone gets their... We already explained the plot. We don't need to know the...
We explain the major players, major themes, etc., etc.
We already solved some issues.
Yeah.
You know? So we can fight, because there's nothing to talk about but fights. So, very good fight arc.
Christian art in this arc.
What can I say? Look at that. Look at that fucking volume
I think
cover.
pretty good art.
Fantastic art.
Clear, concise fighting. I love how Oda does his fights. Very Dragon Ball like. Very nice. Nice and clear.
This is off the back of Skypiea, right?
Yeah. So the style has changed.
Style's gotten thicker.
And once again, we see Oda's slight change.
Everyone's getting
getting a little bit sharper, a little bit taller, a little bit more adult. Slowly changing the style as we go along.
Yeah.
Christian, give me a rating.
The most iconic arc in the show so far, I would say. More iconic than the war.
Does it have the most iconic moment? Or is Shanks stopping the war more iconic?
I Want to Live is a very iconic moment.
Yeah.
The ship burning.
Very iconic moment.
Luffy pummeling
The Jet
Rob Lucci.
Gatling. The
Jet Gatling. Very iconic moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it. It's a great arc.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
For me, you know...
My only issues with the arc is that, you know, do we really need all these like mini battle scenes in between it? You know what I mean?
The Galleon and the Frankie House kind of weigh it down a little bit. I'm going to probably give it a 8.5 to a 9.
8.5?
Yeah.
Would you get? You think it's at on par with Skypiea?
I don't remember what I gave Skypiea.
I want to say you gave it 8.5.
If I gave Skypiea 8.5, I'm going to give Enies Lobby a 9.
Enies Lobby, it's a great arc.
It's a great arc. Fantastic arc.
It's not as good as Water 7 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a great arc.
I don't remember what we rated Water 7.
I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Because
it's fantastic.
It's a very good arc. It's a different arc.
It's an arc about, you know, mystery.
Yeah.
This is all straightforward battling.
Mm-hmm.
Depends what you're really into.
Get a little more insight and reminding myself of CP.
You see,
how they operate.
These two arcs demonstrate Oda's ability to write.
And pay off things that are
pay things off. Because you've got two completely different genres.
Yeah.
You've got mystery, and then you've got full-on, blown-up, battle shonen.
Yes.
Both arcs are connected. But you've got two different writing styles.
Okay.
One's more of a noir mystery novel.
Yep.
One's a straight-up battle thing.
Alright.
So, it really shows Oda can write different genres.
Indeed. Christian, I think that'll be it for the review.
The review. A lot of interesting little insights.
Now, Christian, what's next on the docket? The very long docket.
Oh. How strong is Shanks?
Christian, Shanks, the strength is unparalleled.
Every week. Every week.
Yes.
we come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks?
How strong is the man?
And every week we answer. Shanks is the strongest.
Shanks
Shanks
is the God King.
But guess what? There are people out there that want to say Shanks isn't the strongest
Yeah,
in the verse.
sure.
Even though the verse is called the Shanks verse. Which is interesting. Right? They want to say Carter's the strongest. They want to say Dragon's the strongest.
Christian, when you seen all this dragon stuff lately, you've been going on about dragon a little
The
bit.
power tournament thing.
On what?
On streams.
Right.
Alright, people want to say Dragon's the strongest. Dragon's not the strongest, Shanks is the strongest.
Yeah.
And today, I bring you evidence. As I always bring you evidence. Alright? If Katakuri can see slowly into the future, Shanks can see all time.
All time.
Now, what do I
Past
mean?
and present.
What do I mean by all time? Future, past, present, alternate histories.
Yes.
All
Ultimate.
possible futures. Time itself bows down to Shanks. There's the evidence.
Shanks
No further evidence.
is the God King.
Shanks is the God King. There you go.
Christian, next.
Next is the power scale.
Power scale. Christian, every week we bring the people the power scale with fleshing it out. It's getting in depth.
How fucking long is this doc?
Christian,
Where is it?
It's real long.
Jesus Christ.
You
It's
fucking-
gonna be like a 3-hour podcast.
Christian, give us the details on who you have chosen.
Who I chose today?
chose today.
Let's consult a list, alright? What slots need to be filled? Okay? How about we go for an easy target, Fujitora.
Where do you want to put Fujitora, Christian? What do you think?
Well, Fujitora,
Now,
Can-
Christian, you just said you want to fill slots,
yeah.
and you're going to fill one of the most full slots.
Well, here's the thing, right? This podcast is going to be 3 hours long.
Yeah.
We can't spend an hour.
Now, interestingly,
Debating power
we've
scale.
been talking about Fujitora privately for a little bit with friends and such.
Fujitora is no doubt high tier. Everyone can shut their mouth.
I don't think anyone's really debating the strength of Fujitora.
It's not. No one's debating this. And if you are, you're kind of stupid.
Do you think, like, it'd be funny if Fujitora can, like, collapse the entire universe on top of itself with his gravity?
Fujitora
But it will never go that
has
far.
the goddamn gravity fruit.
It does.
Alright?
Yes.
He shoots gravity beams that distort reality itself.
Okay.
High tier, no doubt.
Christian-
He picks up rubble,
Mm-hmm.
right, and discriminates rubble between people, between buildings that aren't destroyed.
Yes.
Island level control of his devil fruit.
Tiger. Raging
Right?
tiger.
Just he can pick up rubble in between all the other garbage in Dressrosa,
Indeed.
bring it up into the air, on level range, and throw it at people.
Christian.
Brings down meteors from the sky.
Indeed. Have you finished?
Master swordsman.
Yes.
High tier.
Is he going to be in Wano because he's a samurai?
I get it, alright? Everyone's gonna be in Wano.
Everyone's going to be in
200
Wano.
chapter arc.
Christian. I'm just consulting the power scale just in case we haven't done it before. I don't see him here
Okay.
that I can see. Let me know if you see him already. Soul King Brook.
Brook. Brook?
I don't see him there.
No, he's not there. Because we said we're not doing Straw Hats.
You know.
But he got his time to shine
In the
Whole
Whole
Cake
Cake Island.
Island. The Soul King.
And Christian put Luffy on the list the other week, so
I need to.
I think
I
the
need
Straw
to
Hat-
bring down the knowledge.
I think the Straw Hat seal's broken because we just finished an arc.
Well, I'm not ready to put Sanji or Zoro on the list because they haven't got real fights.
Yes, but Brook's shown promise.
Brook has gone all out this arc, so we can put him on the list.
Finding the first to fight an emperor.
The first Straw Hat to fight an emperor.
Yes.
Doing something against her.
Doing
Not much.
Doing something.
Not much.
Christian,
but
that's
something.
points.
That's definite points.
That's points.
The Soul King
Brook.
ability
Christian.
brings out the soul.
Christian, talk to me about speed. Is he the fastest in the verse? Is he a negative time? By negative time, do I mean he already cut you?
I've talked about this before.
That's before time.
I've talked about this before, but
Yes.
I think that's an illusionary attack.
Yes.
Is it or isn't it? That's a different question. Alright? I don't know. I have no answers for that.
People very mad that he cut Zeus. His speed is off the charts, ladies and gentlemen.
According to Oda, Brook's the fastest
Yeah.
in a foot race.
In a foot race.
But still, Oda kind of
And his bones, so he's very light.
Very light, very stealthy.
Yes.
Stealth king.
Stealth man.
Alright. He's got frost attacks. He's very good with a sword. He's not Zoro level with a sword.
Yes.
But he's the swordsman.
He's more of a rapier thrusting kind of guy.
More of a, European style swordsman.
Yep.
Alright? He's got eyes attacks. He's got the soul manipulation attacks.
Yep.
He's got... How do you even kill Brook? Can you answer that question for me?
And I break him until he doesn't exist.
But he can pull his ghost up.
Yeah.
Is Brook unkillable?
You could, Big Mom probably could kill him.
Lightning does not affect him.
Yep.
You can't burn him because he's got no flesh to burn.
You can pummel him.
You can pummel him.
You can cut him.
Alright? You can cut him. But someone cut his head off, you just put it back on.
Yes.
Can you kill Brook?
You can drown him.
You can drown him. That's how you kill Brook.
I don't know what happened if he had Sea Stone on.
Sea Stone doesn't negate abilities.
Yeah, it just makes him weak, I guess.
Or it kind of does negate abilities.
Thoughts
On Brook.
Christian, I want to start with...
Do you want to talk about Pedro?
What do you mean, do I want to talk
Do you
about
want to talk about... I'm talking...
We're
talking high mid tier.
High mid. Interesting theory on the high mid. No
Brook-
Haki.
Brook, yes, that's why... Not in the high tier.
I think
question high tier.
I think maybe a little bit excited about Brook on the high mid. Alright. A little bit excited. Do you see him beating full power Hody Jones? This is a question that needs to be answered.
Well, that's a bad matchup, because... The water...
When you put it you put it into perspective, his defensive abilities aren't that great. Right? He
does get dominated by Perospero.
He gets dominated by Perospero. He can't be really affected by elemental attacks, so Anel would have a very difficult time with Brook. But does Brook even need Haki because he can attack the soul?
That's what I'm saying. He's got specific soul attacks.
Yes.
Does that remove the need for Haki?
I think it would be a difficult fight against Hody Jones. Do you see him pulling that fight out?
It's a real bad matchup for him.
Yeah. Oh, man. But, I'm looking at the high mid. I'm seeing Kyros.
I think that's possible.
Chance on Kyros.
I think it's a possible chance on Kyros.
I think Kyros would probably surpass
His sword
skills and his durability.
Okay. But this would kind of power scale the middle of the Straw Hats, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So we're saying mid tier.
Brook's a weird entity because he's such an elemental support effect kind of character. He's not really strong per se. He has abilities that assist him in combat.
Okay.
So he doesn't really have the strength to back it up or the durability to back it up.
You know what?
But his abilities are impressive.
Crocodile. Look. Yeah, I'm gonna put him mid tier.
I think mid tier is fair.
Because we've got Nami in low mid tier. So that's the gap between the middle of the Straw Hats and the Monster Trio is immense.
It is. But Brook needs to... I want to see improved physical attacks from Brook, if you know what I'm saying. He's got a lot of elemental stuff, he's got a lot of soul stuff, but his durability
He's got
and
speed.
his attack power, isn't that great. Fair?
Alright, yeah. Mid tier for Brook.
Yeah.
And high tier for Fujitora.
Done. Christian, next.
Topic of the show.
Topic of the show, Christian, this week, what do you have?
Topic of the show, the One Piece community history lesson.
Yes.
I think this is an important time to reflect on the fandom,
Okay.
to reflect on where we've come, where we were,
Where we've been.
what happened, what
Yes.
trends in the YouTube space,
Yes.
how the One Piece community grew, and what kind of lessons can we learn? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Okay.
Alright. So we start off back in 2001
Yes.
with the Along Park forums.
Yes.
Very small niche show, little small One Piece, very small in the West.
Yeah.
It mainly sort of only the people looking for a Dragon Ball Z replacement.
Yeah.
People look to One Piece, right? But it was a very small community,
Yeah.
small but dedicated community.
Yeah.
You know, fake translations, no official translation yet from anyone. So a very small dedicated community. Alright. So that kind of, gestated for a bit.
Yeah.
We got the One Piece podcast coming out around 2009.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Naruto and
Okay.
Bleach are exploding in the
Yeah.
West.
So in 2010,
Specifically Naruto.
I would say 2010, there was the big three, right?
Yeah.
The big three. You got Naruto, you got One Piece, you got Bleach.
Now in the West.
Alright, in the West, I'm talking about the West here.
Yes.
Because that's a Western thing.
Yeah.
The big three is a West thing. It was never really considered that in Japan.
Okay.
So, in 2010, right, we have YouTubers making YouTube videos about the weekly chapters coming out.
Yeah.
One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. At this point, One Piece is kind of like My Hero Academia now.
I would say even less so. My Hero Academia's got that mainstream crowd.
Well, I'm
For the
talking about
anime.
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube appearance. I would say back in 2010,
People aren't quite sure
People
what's
aren't-
going on.
people aren't really reading One Piece.
Yeah.
They're kind of like tangentially looking at it here and
Okay.
there.
Yep.
Alright, so from 2010 2012, alright, this is when the weekly reviewers started to get popular.
Okay.
2012.
Yeah.
With weekly reviews getting popular, One Piece was still a side project by many.
Yes.
Alright, wasn't this big community that it was today.
Okay.
Alright. With the boom of YouTube reviewers, right?
Yeah.
People had to start breaking off to make themselves different.
Yes.
So we started to get, One Piece specific channels, Bleach specific channels, Naruto specific channels. Alright. That continued on until 2014, which coincided with the great YouTube reviewer war,
Anime War. Yes.
the anime reviewer war, triggered by Naruto starting to suck shit.
Yeah.
The war arc was happening in Naruto. People getting upset with the
People
series.
getting disappointed.
The fans were like, stop dick riding Naruto,
Yeah.
or stop just handing Naruto for views.
Yeah.
This triggered a lot of activity,
A lot of debate.
a lot of debate,
People still hanging on, being like, no, it's still good.
people calling out other people.
Yep.
The great YouTube
People
war.
trying to get more views, more subscribers, drama.
Great YouTube war of 2014.
Yes.
And then 2015 starts, because at the end of 2014 Naruto ends.
Yes.
2015 starts with constant debates. Who's better, Naruto or One Piece?
Yes.
Bleach sucks ass right now.
Yeah.
No one's talking about Bleach. Bleach
Okay.
is dying off.
Except King of Lightning and Tekken.
And Tekken, right? Two people talking. No one's talking about Bleach because it sucks.
Yeah.
All right. So people started talking about, we got to move on to a new
I
series.
specifically remember a 4-month period where the Naruto fan base was kind of in no man's land, being like, where do we go next?
Yeah. So debate started.
Do we attach to Bleach? Do we attach to One Piece? I don't even, do we go to Toriko? No one went to Toriko.
Toriko is completely different.
Toriko's not even on the radar.
Toriko is not on the radar.
But beloved series by us.
So everyone's talking, what's better, Naruto and One Piece?
Yeah.
You got the people who love Naruto from their childhood, it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
And you got the newcomer in the West, kind of, One Piece. Everyone's starting to get on the bandwagon.
Now, Christian,
2016.
when did Marineford happen in the anime? Do you remember? Do you have dates for me? You would assume around the 2011,
It's gotta be
12,
2012.
13, something like that.
2013 about?
Yeah.
That's when people started to pay attention.
Now, on many accounts, this is where the first big wave
Of One Piece fans
of One
came
Piece
from.
fan come from the Marineford
But-
War.
I would argue more came during Dressrosa.
Yes, and we'll get into reasons why that happened.
Because Naruto ended.
Yes, and people migrating over, Christian.
Yes. So then the community started to grow. By 2016, most YouTubers had left Naruto behind.
Yeah.
It's done.
Naruto shit.
Naruto shit. It's done. We're done. Naruto's finished. So then people started to focus on One Piece solely.
Yeah.
YouTubers started to focus on One Piece solely. This grew the community massively in the West. People making theory videos. People making
I remember when Joy Boy had
One Piece community videos.
I remember when people like Joy Boy making theory videos had 1,000 subs and it blew
Boom,
up.
yeah.
And even recently now, the Whole Cake Island arc is really
A theory.
a big boom going on in the
Yeah,
One Piece
so
community
2020,
as
I
well.
would say 2016 is when One Piece really
Yeah.
started to become the conversation on the anime YouTube landscape.
You've
And
got-
the communities.
2016 or so.
The shonen community
You've also got things like One Punch Man, My Hero starting up.
starting up, all that kind of stuff. But I would say the focus of the of the shonen community
Yeah, is One Piece.
is One Piece now,
Yeah.
solely.
Okay.
Alright, so 2017 is the year where everyone in the community had seen enough theory videos
To think they
and
know
One
what they-
Piece breakdowns.
To think they know what they're talking about. You know what I'm talking
You know?
about? Yep.
They think they know everything about the series because they've seen YouTube clips, they've seen theory videos,
They've seen the mashup videos.
they've seen One Piece breakdowns.
stuff,
People from just Rosa that joined One Piece during that time now think they have great knowledge. They get what One Piece is
and
about.
they're bringing their maybe shonen knowledge from other series,
Bringing over their
Naruto and
of
Bleach
previous
into
knowledge.
One Piece.
So then the community starts to get a little bit toxic because of this.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit because everyone's got an opinion.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks they're an expert
Okay.
when they haven't read the material.
Yeah.
Clearly. Alright? And then 2018, I would say we are in the live stream era.
Indeed.
The live stream era. The most cancerous era I have seen yet.
People encourage the cancer.
They think it's funny.
Yeah.
It is funny sometimes.
Sometimes it's a bit.
Sometimes it gets too much.
Yeah.
Now, I would say this is the live stream era started because, Apocalypse on YouTube.
Yeah.
People not making any money on YouTube.
I think
Streams.
I think the catalyst
money.
for the live streams, maybe we're talking. Brago, King. So it's, or maybe
Taking streams
Try-
daily for at the start of 2018.
trying to bring back the old days of the Nakama thing they were doing before the Great Anime War,
Yeah.
of the YouTube hangouts and stuff, trying to bring the community back together after it was fragmented for so long. And I think this is the boom that we're seeing now, Christian. All the communities from all the other YouTube channels and creators
Coming together.
they're coming together because they're collaborating a lot more.
Okay. The problem with this live stream era we're in today,
Yeah. Misinformation is a big
anyone
one.
could be on a stream with no credentials or any skin in the game.
Yeah.
Because they're effectively anonymous. They don't have their own YouTube channels.
Yeah.
They can just talk shit as much as
They're
they
on
want.
the Discords.
You know, they don't have a subscriber base. They don't
Yes.
have any skin in the game.
Yeah.
So they can just spread, lies. And
I think the
cancer,
biggest problem I
all that
feel
kind of
like
stuff.
is like the group think and the group cancer that spreads throughout the community, where like someone will say something and then that idea or theme will permeate through the entire community when it's not actually true
It's
from
not
the
accurate.
start. Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
People are getting on streams, and when you're on a stream, right, you're trying to be respectful, you're trying to keep it together,
Yeah.
alright? But when you're watching a stream, right, you think, these people on the stream, they must know what they're talking about. You know, that's what the common guy would think.
Yeah.
These guys are in the stream, they must know what they're talking about. But they don't.
It's interesting to think about where we're at now in this like technological age and how Japan's going with trying to set up new material. Because One Piece is like had a pretty hard time in the West. It's taken 20,
I think it's taken off now.
It's taken 20 years.
It's not as big as Naruto was.
Yeah, it's taken 20 years and still it's not there. Christian, my theory on this is
It's too long.
no great fights until 100 chapters in, 100
Yeah,
episodes
it's a slow
in.
start.
It's a slow burn. Naruto starts straight off with the Zabuza and then into the tuning exams, which is everyone if you want to get people into a series, you show them hype and fights. One Punch Man's got off to a real good start because that's pretty much the entire series. My Hero's gotten off to a good start, aping the themes of Naruto, but giving the people the fights they want to see, giving them hype. One Piece is that slow burn that requires.
That's why it's lasted so long.
And this is a problem. It never really took off in the West. Now there's a massive wall to get into the series.
But I think it's at the point where it's kind of dominating the conversation.
Yeah, people are getting pretty big subscriber bases solely on One Piece at the moment. You know, we're seeing massive views on theory videos that we've never really seen before.
One Piece is the dominant topic of conversation.
I think it'll get constantly popular and popular the longer it goes on, because now the kids that are
Wano's gonna hit,
yeah,
and we're gonna get even more people.
Because now the kids are like 12, 13 on YouTube. They'll get into it now because back when we were kids, it was all about Naruto.
It was about Naruto and Bleach.
And all about Naruto and still Dragon Ball. Still Dragon Ball Z running hot.
Dragon Ball Z is the all-time biggest thing in the West.
Yeah.
Never gonna beat that in the West. Because no one imagined it was from Japan. Everyone just thought it was a cartoon.
Yeah. And it came to the West a good 10 years.
Yeah.
Came to Australia,
super
please.
We
We grew up with Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
In like 2007. Not even, like 2005 or so.
Yeah.
We got it here. Christian, we
don't want to see the community go.
Now we're here. 15 episodes deep.
I want to see long form content.
I want to see
with quality, commentary on the series. I don't want to see these easy to put together streams where people just scream at each other.
That's fine, Christian. I have faith in all the guys that actually have YouTube channels. I have faith that they know what they're talking about.
I don't think this live stream format's sustainable.
There's no ill will towards
no.
anyone.
I'm just saying, I think...
And, the financial incentives there. They're getting huge donations every time they do this stuff.
I know. I'm saying...
And they're trying to build a community as well, which is admirable.
But it's building it in a terrible way.
I think, there needs to be more control on who enters.
There needs to be at least some sort of vetting process.
Mic quality is a big thing. And
have some skin in the game.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking. Have some skin in the game.
Keep it to 5 people. Don't have 20 people in there.
Because if you have no skin in the game, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
At least have some sort of, reputation.
Okay.
Some sort of thing you can lose by being a moron on a stream.
Yeah.
Because I truly don't think that this live stream format is sustainable. We've seen throughout time the community evolve.
We saw the granddaddies of live streams, the reveries that are going on. Reverie 1 and 2 did very well. Reverie 3 was a bit smaller than the other ones because it was too close together. I think these things need to be events, and Reverie 4 is probably happening in a couple of months.
After what? After Hawkeye?
I think it's I'm pretty sure it's happening in June.
June.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Because they want to do, like, one every quarter.
Yeah.
So it's important. And, you know, can I see issues coming up and wars coming up on who's hosting these things because they're big money?
They are making money, man.
They're making thousands, like, at least $1,000 on a reverie.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
So-
this could start another anime war.
Can the bubble burst? I trust that everyone's friendly enough.
All I'm worried about is the streaming format is going to create such a toxic community. It's going to drive people away.
Perhaps.
That's
But,
my issue.
We're here, Christian. I think we're doing alright. You know, long form stuff.
Long form stuff. Alright.
Christian, what it's a question corner time.
It is question corner time.
A reset.
A reset. Like, see, ladies and gentlemen, we're so deep into this podcast
The stopwatch reset.
that the stopwatch reset.
Alright, Christian,
The last segment
question corner.
Question
Give me the
corner.
questions.
from our man, Uze.
Yes.
Very specific how you say it.
Yes.
Question for you guys. And, you know, come on.
Mm.
This is an easy one.
Yes.
1. Luffy using Gear 5 along with an explanation about how it works, a completely new gear awakening, all that other gears come together, and any other theories.
Yeah.
Or you get to see God King Shanks in a duel with some character of your choice and reveal his powers. And what do you guys think
Christian.
is more hype? What will you choose?
Shanks.
How could you ask this question?
Christian, it has to be Shanks.
It has to be Shanks.
Every week we ask the question, how strong is Shanks?
Shanks is the strongest.
We'll find out the answer eventually, and we won't find out right now.
The answer is Shanks is the strongest,
We appreciate the question.
but that's an easy one.
Easy question.
Easy question to
Easy
answer.
question.
Who would try Shanks fight? I don't know, Kaido. One shot him. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Can't
Moving
be
on.
killed, can't be beaten.
From Vamish
Yes.
with a theory.
Our man Vimish.
Is Momonosuke a kid or an adult? Now I have heard about this theory
Yes.
before.
Okay.
I'm gonna specifically say kid, for the purposes of the story. Luffy teaching him what it means to be a man.
What's the story behind him being an adult?
I think this arose in Dressrosa
Yeah.
because there was some fishy stuff going on with Kinemon and the whole
I think I remember this.
thing. I can't
Yeah.
really remember the theory, but it's been around. I've heard this one before.
Wasn't it him remembering that he was on Roger's crew? Like he saw Roger?
Yeah.
Like he was lying as a kid? That was in Zo? Like him
Yeah,
being a kid, I saw
yeah.
Roger too.
Yeah.
I think that's the theory.
I think that's the theory.
Yeah.
But I think he's a kid because, Luffy's teaching him how to be a man,
Yeah.
how to be a ruler, how to be a king.
And he'll grow up to be very important.
Yeah, so I personally think he's a kid.
Yeah.
Question from Return the Slab.
Our man returned the slab.
Who's your favourite Straw Hat and why?
You sure it's favourite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or who's your least favourite?
Yeah, I was gonna say who's the least favourite. Christian, we don't. We love the
Oh,
straw
come
hats.
on. It's hard.
Do you want me to go first, or you
Go,
think about
go,
it?
go,
I've
go.
been thinking about this for a while. For me, it's got to be Robin.
Robin.
For reasons that she doesn't say anything or do much. After
say anything?
after Enies Lobby, do you feel me on that? Because we get interactions from Chopper and Brooke and Frankie on the crew. We get interactions,
Robin's the adult.
Robin's like
Right? Robin's the adult.
Robin's fun.
I hate this question, by the way.
It's a spicy question, but Christian, we like spicy questions here. Who would you say?
Least favourite Straw Hat.
Not to say that I hate Robin. We love the Straw Hats here, and they all have their own specific dynamic.
Chopper.
Yes.
Because his gag is running a little thin.
You know what? I enjoy Chopper still.
I don't like Kung Fu Point.
Yeah. But my point is, at least Chopper has interactions with the crew. Robin kind of just doesn't do anything anymore.
Robin's the adult. Robin's the smart one, right?
She's got kind of a gag on that she hates. She loves morbid things. That's kind of her sense of humor. I think
Yeah, for me, it's Chopper. You know,
for me, she's a bit too dry.
Chopper turned into a mascot character.
Yeah.
And you know, come on.
I think there's good stuff for him to come soon with these abilities. Because we haven't had a boost from Chopper in a while.
Okay, you ready to move on?
Yeah.
From a man, Andre.
Yes.
He has he's very angry
Yes.
about the situation with the anime.
Okay.
My question is about the fucking anime.
Alright.
Sort of like a meh face with a teardrop coming down.
Okay.
I convinced another friend of mine to watch One Piece.
Ah.
He started watching it, and he quickly got addicted to it.
Yes.
But you know, the anime gets progressively worse. Pacing, art, animation are so poor, and the music doesn't help neither. Now, I don't have a problem with the music.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how old school he's complaining about. Like, we were watching the Buggy arc.
Well,
That's real old school, real low budget. No one knew it was going to take off. Back in the early 90s.
I would say it starts to pick up around Baratier.
Yeah. I was talking about this a little bit before. This is probably the major problem with getting people into One Piece.
The start.
Because I watched the anime, but it's like...
It's dated. Like, it's very dated.
Yeah.
Okay, at some point, it's unbearable to continue watching it.
Yeah.
What would you say the point?
It's probably around Syrup Village or around
No,
Syrup
I
or
think he's
Buggy.
talking way later, dude.
Like, have a way later.
I think he's talking around...
If you get invested 100 episodes in with, like, all the characters, surely you're there.
I think it gets really, really bad pacing in Thriller Bark.
In Thriller Bark?
Thriller Bark is almost as long as Dressrosa in the anime.
Jesus. That's long.
It's really... The pacing's really bad in Thriller Bark.
How far do you think this man is, though? Because he's just
He doesn't
introduced.
say. He said he got through it quickly.
Yeah. But it's still like...
So I made him read them. So he goes, yeah, my friend noticed it and he told me, the pacing's not good.
Yeah.
It's hard to get through.
Yeah.
So I made him read the manga. He obviously prefers the manga now. It's such a shame that the most selling manga never ever doesn't get the great animation adaptation it deserves. What studio would you like to animate One Piece?
Ooh, this is the question.
Also, what anime are you most looking forward to watch? I'm guessing this season.
Yeah.
We'll start with the anime question. Why?
Now,
You're an animator.
I have insight into this question.
You're in the animation industry.
I am in the animation industry, and I do have a degree in animation and interactive media. Christian, it comes down to just time.
Yeah.
There's not enough time for them to create a quality episode.
show.
It doesn't matter how much money they put into it. It doesn't matter how many manpower they have into it. Eventually, the man at the top that runs the studio will not have enough time to make the decisions that he needs.
Yeah.
He can't. See, the way it works is people do different scenes, people do different the line work, the coloring, etc., etc. The way it works in Japan is you get paid for every frame you do instead of a base rate. So this is how it usually works. They get a bunch of freelancers in off the streets, very few in-house animators at Toei. Well, as much as they can pay.
We got Natoshi.
We got some good stuff. It's so difficult to expect, like, if you're in the industry, it's so difficult to expect someone to produce a 20-minute episode every week on week.
No, non-stop.
Non-stop every year. Right? You have to consider that. If it was seasonal, it'd be far better.
Yeah, I think that's the solution.
The solution is seasonal, but it makes too much money. They're not going to do it. This is the same problem with like Dragon Ball Super. Pacing, like, there's not enough time to make key decisions, like reviewing the storyboards over, reviewing shot choices, reviewing frames. Even I imagine that it's such a tight deadline. If someone turns in shitty frames, they can't say we're not using this. They just won't use the animator again. They'll find someone else as freelancer.
Yeah.
They're not in studio. So There's just not enough time. Is basically what comes down to it.
Yeah.
And if it's going to improve,
Seasonal.
it needs to be seasonal.
Now, what?
By the way, if I was in this situation in Thai animation, I would kill myself. It'd be awful,
Yeah.
horrible. But we see the quality in the movies, Christian.
You see, but the whole thing is, their system doesn't promote good work.
Yeah.
It promotes quick work that gets you paid the most amount of money you can get.
That's the thing. If you hand in shitty frames, they won't hire you again because you're a freelancer.
Yeah. But you need to make a balance between good art and making enough money to live.
And they can't say no because there's not enough time to redo the frames. There's just not enough time. You think 20 minutes isn't that long? It's long. It's real long.
Yeah. So that's why the way it is. It's a shame.
Yeah.
One Piece does deserve that fucking mint animation.
No.
Not gonna happen.
And
So
other series like One Punch Man and like My Hero Academia get the new people in more than One Piece does because it's just the way it looks,
and it's part of that new culture
Yeah.
of Japan animation.
Yeah.
Right? One Piece is stuck in that ancient time.
It's stuck in
It's stuck in the
90s.
Toei 90s.
I imagine they'll never do it as well. Like
No, they'll never. Until One Piece, they'll never do it.
maybe 40 years down the line they'll do. But even so, there's just too many episodes for it worth them to do it again. There's just too many episodes to make a profit on it.
So, what studio would you like to see One Piece?
I mean, the usual answers are Bones, Madhouse. But you know what, Christian? You know what I want to see?
You want to see, mate? Consistency?
Give it to a Western studio.
Western studio.
Give it to an up and coming Western studio that's hungry.
That's never gonna happen.
We're assuming that. I'm going to assume that it's seasonal if we're giving it to someone else. Because no one else is equipped to do it week by week.
But there's no quality 2D animation in the West.
Christian,
Like
I would say Disney could do it.
They're never gonna do 2D again, man.
Yes, they won't. I could see Disney doing it. That's probably about it in the West. Most
Warner Brothers?
this is the problem with the West at the moment. A lot of it's just like 2D rigging and.
That's what I'm saying. There's no
There's
quality.
no real frame.
There's no quality 2D stuff going.
Now the obvious answers are Bones and Madhouse.
Oh, who does JoJo? They do a fucking sweet job.
Bones.
Bones?
I think so.
I think it might be. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's my answer. The people who do JoJo, they know how to do a shonen. They always produce great stuff.
Most of the seasonal stuff's either Bones or Madhouse, and there's a few other places.
Superior.
Spirit. Yeah.
That's.
This is the thing. Like, it's all well and good to demand. It just comes down to time, ladies and gentlemen. Like, it's too difficult. It has to go seasonal if you want better quality, and that's probably never gonna happen.
And Hawkeye Island's been pretty good.
Yeah, and occasionally you
It's
get
come back. It's come back.
Yeah, and it's
The
decent.
Rosa was.
It's decent for what it is and for the time limits they have, but occasionally we get the recaps.
Did you know that Fishman Island is the second longest One Piece arc in the anime? Behind Dressrosa.
That's crazy.
It got
Milked.
seriously bad at one point.
Yeah.
But now it's pretty good.
All right, Christian. Anything else that we have for today?
No, that's it.
Christian.
What anime are you looking forward to?
What anime am I looking forward to, Christian?
Fuck all.
The season 2.
Season
One Punch
3.
Man. Season 3 of One Punch Man.
Season 2 of One Punch Man. When is that coming? Who knows? See, here's the goddamn rant time. The anime industry is falling apart.
It's
Right?
been falling apart for a
Because
little
all we
bit.
get is moe, trash, lolly bullshit,
Yeah.
and fantasy world bullshit.
Can we get Joe?
Can we get something original?
Can we get-
I'm sick of light novel adaptations.
Can we get like?
Oh, this fucking teenager, this gamer, is transported into a gamer world, and there's lollies everywhere, and he's the best. I've seen that story before.
I
and I want
imagine.
to see it again.
I imagine we'll get Dr. Stone at some point. That's getting popular. I imagine we'll get what's it called, the
Neverland?
Neverland at some point. But like, are we interested in those? I don't know.
Neverland's good, but
Christian, I famously don't really watch a lot of anime.
the seasonal shit is trash right now. It's the worst it's ever been. I'm gonna say it. It's the worst it's ever been. Because all you get is high school harem shit fucking lolly pedo crap
Yeah.
and transport it to a fantasy world crap.
I'd
Or edgy, or super edgy shows.
I'd love to see like another Cowboy Bebop.
It's never gonna happen.
3.
It's never gonna happen again. Yeah, that can't happen right now.
Yeah.
Because they don't make enough money off those original shows. They have to be adaptations on a light novel.
Okay.
Anime industry, pretty bad right now. I'm gonna say JoJo Part 5 whenever that's coming out.
Yeah.
One Punch Man Season 2. Not the Dream Team, which could be a shame. That kind of tanked Attack on Titan when it came back.
Okay.
You know? I'm excited for those two. So,
interesting. Do you think
state of the anime industry is terrible.
Do you think we'll get like the new Age of Shonen soon?
They're trying with Black Clover.
Apparently, people are starting to get it. Like it's starting to get good.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think you'll ever?
It's because it's a Naruto clone. All right, we get it. You want your childhood back.
Do you think you'll ever get another season of Hunter x Hunter? Is there enough material for another season?
There's not enough material for another arc.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck. The Hunter x Hunter anime is top notch.
Yeah. Anyway, Christian, long episode this week. Recapped Revolution.
Man, just look at this cover art one more fucking time. Just look at that. Look how delicious. You have to own this volume if you're a One Piece fan.
Yeah.
Volume 44. Go out and buy it. Must get.
Christian, where can the people find you?
Find me at C_Telato.
What's going on? What are you doing?
I'm at uni, so Shadow Soul's on hiatus right now.
Yeah.
I'm writing the arc. It's turning out pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can find me at Eric Toledo on Twitter. You can email the show at the Road Force Podcast at gmail.com.
Yes.
Can comment on this, the video that you're probably watching this on. Things are happening in the anime community. Doing some stuff, some intros that you'll see at some point. Shirts for King of Lightning, stuff like that. Things are happening. Things are cooking in the background as always. Ladies and gentlemen,
Shanks is the God King.
good night.